Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man. We're looking at a Singer 500A because today is Singer Slam-O-Matic / Rocketeer Day because we're helping some people out who got some Rocketeers and they need to get them going. Here is the first and foremost thing that happens when you get these things and they've been sitting forever. You step on the gas, they go real slow, and I've shown you before how to deal with that in previous videos. But today we're going to do a combo of taking this side wheel off and show you something else that's going on in here. So when you get one of these things and it's running real slow and you think, well, Randy says to not start running it, first thing you do is take the hand wheel off. You got the little screw here, so you can get the clutch apart. You back this off. You don't have to take it completely out. Unspin your clutch release knob. And it's got a lot of fine threads on it, very well machined. These are awesome. And you have your clutch disc on the inside, the TriStar, bing, bang, bong, with the two on the inside. And then here you have the hand wheel. And here's where it gets interesting. The daggone hand wheel has the fiber gear that goes in and engages with the motor driver. And the motor driver is back here. And a lot of times it's a good idea just to put a drop of oil if it's squealing. If it dry as a bone and squealing, you can put a drop of oil right at the bottom of the pinion. And when I say a drop, I don't mean a gallon, half gallon, quart, pint, or anything, tablespoon. Drop, put a drop. And see, that thing will take off. Sometimes it'll run real slow. Sometimes someone's oiled the daylights out of it and smoke will pour out of this hole. You're like, whoa, it's okay. It may set off your smoke detector if you're in the house, but when you get done and run it, this is what it should sound like when it's up to speed. And if it doesn't get up to speed and it's squealing like it's dry, put another drop, a drop. That's 2 drops total. And it'll come up to speed. You don't want to over oil it. You'd be like everybody else did. They think, well, they don't put a drop in weight. They don't put a drop in weight. They pour in about a capful, teaspoonful, and then it has to burn all that off. It's crazy. So that's what it sounds like when you get it up to speed. And when you let off, it'll wind down just like this. That's what a healthy motor sounds like. It comes up to speed quickly like that. And when you let off, it winds down. Now inside of here, you have a snap ring here. The snap ring, you get snap ring pliers, you put it on, take that off. And if you don't know what snap ring pliers on, you need to look into that. And maybe you might be over your head. But the fiber gear, people talk about the fiber gear and they think that's the Achilles heel of the Slam-O-Matics. I've never seen a fiber gear break, ever. The spring back in there, the torque spring, you see how this moves independently? It's got a torque spring. So when you step on the gas, the motor takes off and this torques and then the hand wheel takes off. The torque spring, I have seen in 52 years, 2 of these break. That's the torque spring. It's mounted in behind. See this little hole right there where that spring comes through. It goes there and then it goes into this, so it's mounted in behind in here, the torque spring. And the fiber gear, you got the snap ring that holds it on. These I've seen 2 break in 52 years. It's not an Achilles heel. But if you want to get an extra one of these, they're online. I see them online on eBay where people are taking machines apart and they get those out. That's a handy item to have as a spare. You'll never need it, but having a spare is not a bad thing, The old saying, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Because if it breaks, you're like, now I got to try to find one of these under the gun instead of getting one at your leisure. I have it pretty well in hand on my end because my customers are set because I like to keep a couple around. There's like 40 in there. And if 2 over 52 years, 40, to be at least another 50, 100 years, 200 years. I don't know. Do the math. But the fiber gears, I've never seen those break, ever. And they're not just fiber. Someone the other day told me what they were. He got the formula from who made it, some space age Boeing thing, I don't know. But I also have that covered just in case I have I have drawers full of parts. So there's like 20 of those, which is, I don't know, 10 lifetimes. Maybe 20 lifetimes. So when people say, oh, you got to worry about those, you don't have to worry about these. You don't. I've replaced 2 in 52 years. One was early on, and I think somebody did something goofy and broke it. And the other one was from a real good customer I have locally here in Fort Worth. And she sews like nobody's business. And I replaced one for her. So she got hers for her 500 A. She was happy as a clam because it just makes it go real smooth when you have that thing on there. It just really makes it work. So you put this back on. You got the 2 inside grooves here. And it slides on like so. All right. And let's see, here's the side that was flush. Let's put it back on the way it came off. Like so. It'll go right up against it flush like that. And then this, of course, is going to end up between the 2 stop points. So you tighten it down. You know they're up here at the 10 and 2 position. So you're going to go right here. Oh, that's going over there. Let's flip it. It's bumping into it at the 2 o'clock position. So I'm going to rotate it around like so. Now it's at the 9 and 1 o'clock position. So the screw should stop over here on the other side, and that'll be an ideal place because it won't be right on it. It'll be right where we can back it off, release it. Okay, yeah, so this is stopping over here. And that means when I tighten it down, it won't be all the way at the stop point, which is over here. So you can get it nice and tight, and when you back it off, it'll stop right there. That's where it's at. So there's for winding. Then you tighten it down. Zippity-doo-dah. All right? That's just a little bonus because you think, well, if I'm going to get one of these, they're going to last me forever. What could possibly go wrong? What is its Achilles heel? It doesn't have one. But if something were to break, it would be that torque spring is what I call it. I'm sure Singer's got some cool name for it. The part number is 172-299-003. That's 172-299-003. That's the part number for the touch and sew or the 500 or the 400 torque spring right there. Now, the fiber gear, the part number for it is 172-312. 172-312. And you can get those. Every part for this machine's online. Motor, hand wheel, everything you can get online. Because there's people who strip these out. You know, maybe they was in a flood and the motor's not good, but everything else is. So they take the motor out, chuck it, sell all the parts. You'll see them online. See them on eBay. And there's folks over there, they'll take it apart and they'll take every single part and they'll put it up on this pegboard and they'll label it and you can order it by whatever label they put on it. So it's a thing, having these things and maintaining them and taking care of them, and they will never let you down. So you want to get an extra part, get an extra this, get an extra that. Everything can be taken apart, put back together, assembled, and follow my channel and a bunch of other ones. I know the Nifty Thrifty gal, she's a big fan. There's a bunch of people out there who are fans of the Slantomatics Rocketeers, and they all have real good information. I'm doing the best I can to help out, but they're light years ahead of me because they started years ahead of me, so they got a lot of good stuff. But they're out there. If you get a Slantomatic 401A, it's got a superior bobbin winder and a threading deal. It's not a big deal, but it's just slightly superior. Everything else is almost identical. But if you can get either one of those, you're doing yourself a real favor. Or any of the smaller models, the 503, 504, 401, 403, they're all just real good machines. All right? Thanks.